Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the light of the East. And I need to take off my jumper because things are heating up. Both in the war and in this freaking office, man. I'm stuck. I'm actually stuck. There we go. Alright. Alright, so what's the situation? We're at war with a bunch of small nations who we've previously stripped of like all their land. And now we're just finishing off. This is housekeeping, essentially. We're just polishing off some capitals that we couldn't take earlier. Nice. Our manpower is beginning to recover now that we're coring all of the huge tracts of land that we'd taken over. It's excellent stuff. So we'll win this siege, merge this army up, send them north, wipe these guys out, and then we can probably begin the siege of Moria, would be the next step. What are you doing? Don't siege down this province. This is nice. This is feeding the capital. Stay out of my heartlands. Maybe we rally these guys up sooner, just to drive them off. Can't have them causing problems. Yes, in the east we have some Armenian rebels. Despite the fact that we kind of wanted to give that province to the Armenians anyway. But we're probably not going to in the end, because we think once we get some Sinop port action going, we can then build some roads. Should be able to get better communication to our eastern provinces. If you could just catch him, please. Good old input lag. There we go. Nice. Okay. One place left to call, which is Sivas, which obviously is just because it's under siege. Excellent. I think I will actually let one of these guys just run in and out, which will slow down the siege, just so we can give them this general. Should be useful. Chat's asking, what are we going to do about Crimea? It's part of Europe, but historically it was a protectorate. We are counting all land that was ever under Ottoman influence. So protectorates, marches, whatever, counts. We are allowed to take. Oh yes, we are going to get a little bit of war dynamism in this war, I forgot. It's only 2 development. So we could just claim it, you know, the normal way. It's only 2 risk expansion. So yeah, I'm going to decline. That's not worth it. So we're allowed to take Crimea as a direct holding. Because it was, you know, under the influence of the Ottomans. But we might just take like this section and then have the rest of this be a vassal. That could be kind of cool. Just hold the Crimean Peninsula and then, you know, key ports. But we don't want it to be a Crimean vassal because we don't want it to be a Khanate, really. So maybe we have Theodoro as a subject in this region. We don't want it to be a horde because they're less developed and they'll produce less food. Is the short version. So we're motivated to do that. Okay, heading up. You guys, as soon as you movement lock, I'm gonna make you regret it. Ba-dum. Get 'em. Cool. You guys can rally up. You guys can get this general. Right, now we just need to try and get these guys before they cause problems for my siege. Which could be problematic already, actually. Let's have this guy make best speed for the siege. And these guys can maybe... Ah, no, they're turning around. Okay. Stop here, then. Our cavalry is what's making us really overpowered at the moment. The cavalry is just so much stronger than infantry at this stage. It's quite glorious, honestly. Can't believe we almost lost our freaking galleys against these guys. Let's go get them again. I'd like to capture one of their trade ships if possible. That would obviously be the optimal outcome. Excuse me, I'm just going to turn the light on in my room. It's getting a little bit dark. Okay. Always good to try and keep the backdrop of your screen well lit. Good for your eyes and all that. Alright, you'll be out on the 6th, but they're just going here. So, sure, these guys can just double back. Should be able to kill these guys without any losses, right? Yeah, it looks that way. Ideally, we capture them, but... do we have a 0% chance of captured? There is a 0% chance enemy ships can be captured. Oh. I thought there was a base, like, not very high, but at least some base chance of capturing ships. Clearly, I'm mistaken. We will be integrating Wallachia directly as well. And then building a kind of northern fort wall holding here. Maybe we have a Moldovan vassal holding this area. I'd like it if all of our vassals were variants on green. That would be kind of fun. Did we lose a ship? No. Good. We win. Let's go blockade Moria. Some more. Let's go blockade Moria more. Okay, going in here. And we are going to want to do it all in one piece deal so we can use the war goal. To get less aggressive expansion. As long as we don't get Genoa in. But I mean, we had Genoa actually eligible for a coalition earlier and they didn't join just because we're such big damn heroes. 24 months. Ah, darn, they are relieving those sieges in the east. Shame. Oh well, what can you do? We are going to... Excuse me, hello. In here, thank you. I'm going to take that guy out, take this guy out, then leave 2 guys ready to just kind of knock out any resistance here, and we'll send the rest east to go and deal with the rebels. If we could win this siege on the 28%, that would kind of make up for losing a siege on a 0%. Relax are kind of an ideal march because you can fortify the heck out of them. Yeah, but it's so much land that we could get so much more prosperous and well developed and producing much more food for our core cities if we own it directly. Plus it generates a really nice eastern border here. Though of course the Danube is also a very nice border. We'll leave 1 guy to just make sure they can't spawn any more guys. Any more noble levies or whatever. Alright, we can afford that Chaldiki Corporation Guild. Let's do it! So, let's do it! Okay, there we go. We have 3 centers of art now. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. What's our education modifier looking like? It must have been enhanced by that. Modifier up to 2.1. Very nice. Only 8 students without university access. We're currently targeting level 4. Missing 700 education. Ducats into education because we've got that much bigger. Blimey. We really need to get our church influence up so that they pay for it all. High church influence is just great because they pay for huge quantities of your education. I think you actually make money off it, like off the amount of money they take out of your production. The amount that they then just put straight back into education. I think you actually end up making money. Hood of Endergar's a good core to get. Got a workshop there. Nowhere here needs coring yet. No, we need to get some ports and full coring. I mean, need to get some ports going and some roads. Yeah, we will actually definitely end up with a port here in order to facilitate inland communication here. So we probably will state this province. How many states do I have available? Only 3. Okay, we definitely won't do it now. But in the future, this will definitely become a state because the fact that we're building a port here in order to get communication and roads and things to move stuff inland will organically result in a city flourishing there. And if you're going to have a city there anyway, of course you want it to be in the state. Especially a city that will be so close to our capital. I wonder if we'll be able to keep Constantinople at 0 autonomy even when it's not our capital. We probably will. Yeah. Currently trending towards almost exactly 0. Pretty nice. Okay, you guys rally up in well, might as well rally up all the way over here. Nuts. Took an attrition hit here. Shouldn't have left. Shouldn't have had so many men leave. Thought the siege was almost over. Took it for granted. Foolishness. How much money could I get from you, Thessaly, if I were to piece you out separately? Probably not much, but if it's more than like 10, I'll be tempted. 6. I'm not tempted. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, freaking... turnover just does not stop. Leave behind 1 guy. Not going to catch him now. Darn. Oh well. It's not the worst thing in the world. They'll raise some more men up, we'll kill them. It's good for our army tradition at the end of the day. We've still got 99.5. God, that's so good. Being ahead of time in military tech, halving your decay at 100 is... it's extremely powerful, let's leave it at that. Would I say it's wildly overpowered? Yes, probably. You're raising up on the 1st of October. We wouldn't get there till September. We're going to come hang out over here, because apparently that's the closest province to this one. Maybe here. Excuse me. Sorry, still got a bit of a sneeze. Still from when? From every time. Where isn't being called? Ah, yes, that makes sense. Oh, by the way, chat and YouTube. I forgot to share this fun news. I'm getting COVID vaccine tomorrow, so that's pretty sweet. Looking forward to that. Getting my chip. Be a good time. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I just told them, you know, I get all these sore throats on stream. I need you to give me a vaccine. Because otherwise, if I get COVID as well, that'll be even worse. 6.5 ducats income. That's pretty nice. How are we doing nationally, internationally rather, on income? We're 3rd from the top in the known world. That's pretty damn good. Pretty darn good. Lucky for me? It is. It is, you're right. You are right. Alright, see if we can get there before they can flee this time. Would be nice. How about you, Vidin, rather? You probably have more money than some of the other people we've been fighting lately. Could I get some off you? 12 ducats, but we're going to take 21 aggressive expansion rather than... yeah, more like 16. Not worth it. Okay, coming in here. Good. So we're going to take out the rebels with the glorious leader. And then we'll send the troops over here to get this siege going. And yet, it's going to be a long war. But it's okay. We're not in a tearing hurry. We've got aggressive expansion to burn down. We've got coring to do. Got, you know, admin points to accrue for future coring. So, it's fine. Anything else we should be doing at the moment? The next spending is definitely Sinop. So we need 320 for that. And then honestly, it might be this one, which is 290, to help with the communication down here. Right, you guys, good fight, come back over. So it's going to take 10,000 men to siege this province, which does kind of suck. We're getting really good traits. I mean, we did get this indulgent, but calm is fantastic. Well connected is nice because the advisor costs. I mean, they're not the biggest outgoing, but they're significant. There's no doubt about that. Love me, Armenia. Just because I yoinked your largest province a second after I gave it to you. So if we stop diverting trade, we could get them loyal right now, which is good to know. It's good to be able to have their loyalty kind of on tap, as it were. You're at 100%. Yeah, we need to siege these provinces though, because you can't take land from people who aren't the primary participant without sieging it. So we still need to beat this level 5 fort here. And obviously Moria as well, but the level 5 fort will be the time-consuming part. Speaking of time-consuming, this game really is running pretty slowly lately. I'm thinking about getting a CPU upgrade at some point in the future. Because I think that's the main bottleneck. Single thread speed is the main bottleneck for EU4. I'll probably try and focus on that when I get my next CPU. I think I was reading. I can't remember. You don't have to do like a reinstall. I think I've been told you'd have to do a reinstall of your operating system when you get a new CPU. But then last time I replaced it, I didn't have to. So I don't know. We are not interested in that. Marvelous. Burgers are so freaking happy with us. You don't have to just update drivers? Yeah, I probably will do it then. I should ask Lambert, that's Lord Lambert on YouTube, by the way, if he has any good suggestions for me. Because I would really like it if I could run MEIOU and taxes better. And other stuff, obviously, but... I don't think I want to offer these guys anything. Have you got anything for me? I should leave the game running, even if it slows things down here. Modern operating systems are meant to be agnostic to the processor. So unless you're running like Gen 2. What the heck is Gen 2? A gifted Orthodox Christian. I do like the talented Orthodox man. Oh, that's Thessaly, right? A general with 30 tradition. Sure, this doesn't actually hurt us. So we might as well. Gonna immediately fire the guy, but hey, it helps us in unrest. We're looking very nice on unrest now, though. Sivas still a little displeased with us, but it's okay. We could try this, actually. So if we make it a trade company, we could then core it and then kick it out of the trade company again. And once you kick it out of the trade company, it'll get some unrest. It gets goods produced modifier down for 5 years. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. We might use that trick a fair amount. Okay. Would like it if we could just kill these guys so we can focus on the siege. But, yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man. The game's running really, really slowly. It's very much does not motivate me to want to keep playing. One province gets the endowment, which lowers the tax modifier for 10 years, and you get more prestige. Sure. Or Thessaly. Is Thessaly a state? Or does it mean this province? I'm not sure. You know, the speed this game runs at is MEIOU and Taxes runs at is definitely by far the worst thing about the mod. Which does make me think I should A, buy a new CPU, and B, you know what actually that might make a big difference? I should definitely capture at a lower resolution. Well, no. The problem is because my stream is my monitor is 1440p, if I capture the game at 1080, which would lower the load on my CPU, it will look terrible. Oh, also, apparently I forgot to... Okay, this might be why it's running slowly. I forgot to pause my Bitcoin farm. I mean, that's mining with GPU, obviously, but it's funny. I've turned that off now. Okay, did we get a cheap guy? Yeah, that might be why it was running badly. It's pretty funny. Is that running better? It's immediately running way better. It's been like an hour and a half. I was thinking about quitting the stream, and it was always, I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. God, we got so many gifted people. Sure, we'll allow it. Did I get a cheap one? They don't seem to be coming in cheaper. Or is it you? Yeah, it's you. And we are actually definitely going to pay for you. And you. Get this, the talented Catholic and the talented Jew in. It's going to cost an extra about 2 ducats a month. But 2 ducats a month for 2 extra mana points a month? Are you kidding me? I'll absolutely take that. And so there goes that. And we can just get the siege going. Oh, it's running so much nicer. Sorry YouTube, sorry Twitch. It's pretty funny though, you got to admit. All right, you can get stated. I'll help us start crushing the autonomy here. And then do I want to core? Oh no, we bumped the autonomy up there by giving that autonomy the local rule thing. I wouldn't think that the GPU would slow it down that much, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, so now we're just basically waiting for this, which we can't barrage because we need 5 freaking cannons, which we're definitely not going to get. Help me remember my basic like year 6 maths, by the way. When you know a number and you know the number has been increased by 25%, how do you establish what it was before you added the 25% again? No need for a new CPU then, lol. Well, I mean, it could still run a lot faster, but less of a need. Like, we know that we have 18 force limit because there's an increase of 15%. What's the sum you do to work out what the number was before the plus 25%? I guess you would just work out what 80% of... Okay, now it's 19, but work out what 80% of 19 is, because like if you added 25% to 5, you'd get 6, right? And 5 is 80% of 6. Divide by 1.25. Is that right though? I work out with 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess that would be. Divide by 1%. Because I thought... Right, yeah, you divide it by 1.25 rather than timesing it by... Because normally the way I would divide something is by timesing it by, you know, 0 point such and such. But yeah, you divide it by 1.25. Yeah. That's right. Time... is that right? Factorial is always right. I think Factorio is always right. Thank you for reminding me. That's really simple. I should definitely have remembered that. So, by that logic, using your funky mathematics, we get we have a base force limit of 15, so we could afford 2 more troops. If we could have 2 more troops, we could siege Moria right now. So, let's train 2 more troops. Seems good. Seems good. We will raise up some more infantry, and we will head down to Moria. Where did it raise the other one? Excellent year. You can never have too much manpower. Raise them both in the same province. Genius. Genius level plays. Let's not do that. Got to make the most of this expansion while we have the Ottoman Janissaries as the highest tech infantry. When's the next one coming in? How do I see that? Here we go. 16. Okay, so we've got a few more techs, but... And there's the educated ruler lowering the tech costs. That's beautiful. It's going to save us... I think we worked it out. If you took that idea right at the beginning of the game, it would save you 6,500 points, 6,400 points. The treasurer, no, he's great. I really don't want to. I'm going to lose... Am I going to lose 90 monarch points, though? That's like 8 years. You know what? I absolutely am. I am. It's going to lose... That's like 8 years worth of the extra monarch points he provides, but I expect him to live longer than 8 years because he's only 30. So, I think that's a pretty good bet, honestly. I really didn't expect this war to drag on so long. How long has it been going on now? It's only 3 years. Feels like longer because I had the Bitcoin farm running. God, I can't believe I did that. It's pretty entertaining. It's a good thing I checked my task manager. So I was just trying to see like how much of my CPU was being used. Wow, that was a big attrition hit, huh? Let's merge it up. Then have almost everyone leave and recover. I don't want to take excessive attrition. Alright, yeah, you automatically merged up there. Cool. You can come down here. That was a huge attrition hit. Man, that sucked. Okay. France has rivaled me. Really? Okay. Ooh, coalition against France. Is it big? Oh, it's got England and Castile in it. That's promising. What did you do, France? I really wish I could see the rest of France so I could know. Gotta make sure Poland stays sweet on us. So that's a great alliance. As cursed as it is, it's a great alliance. Okay. Okay. So we're heading down. Should be able to wipe out the Mauryan forces because we've got cavalry and they probably have at the most one. Yeah, just the one. They do have a good general though. Well, 2 shock versus my 2 shock. That should be fine. Should be fine. Alright, core and everything. And as soon as this core is finished, I should be able to state the Hudavendigar. Not that it's called Hudavendigar. The state, I mean. Nice, in which case Hudavendigar itself will immediately get to lower autonomy because we're going to be able to put it in into a full core. Beautiful. Alright, you guys. Tamoria. I'm gonna take them by transport. I think it will be easier than trying to attack into these highlands. If we can seize this province, we might be able to bait them into attacking us. Let us see. And we have enough ships here for barrages if we want them, but probably don't. Stream, have you ever played... oh, right, yeah. Thank God I remembered. We need to revoke some privileges, like, right now. We're 2.02 away from getting to the next level of stability. We need to revoke privileges right freaking now. Let's take some off these guys. Yes, I'd like to increase the tax on their income. Please. Crack down on their smuggling. And then I'm actually gonna, well, you can only do it like once every, what is it, 3 months. Yeah, so I really hope, I can't remember when the stability calculation tick is. If anyone in chat remembers, I think it's January. Because remember, your stability only changes when stability points are either added or taken away. It's not when you hit the, it's not like it's continuous. They accept reforms. Just actually accept it. They don't even hurt me at all. That's comical. Okay. Well, we're going to revoke some lesser noble ones, probably. Pretty sure it's January. Okay. Going to get rid of the autonomy for lessers then, I guess. God, we're so stable. It's kind of great, but it's kind of bad. Because I really don't want to go to level 3 stability. Is education still declining? It's the yearly tick. Yeah, but the yearly tick is not on January 1st, so it could still not be January. We need to give some more money to the church, but I think the Synop trade wharf is more important. Synop trade wharf, and then I want to rename this province. Talia. Talia is easier to pronounce. So we're going to call it Talia. The Talia, it's May. Darn, I hope it's not May. Winter Siege. That's fine. You can. Well, what does average penalties mean? I can never remember. Is it like is there a Winter Siege modifier on this now? No. These guys, none of them died. I don't know what that does. Province gained. No. I wish there were several options. Decline or decline permanently. Are you really going to attack? 6th of June. 7th of June. Oh, no. Hang on. 5th of July. Okay, so they're going to get there well ahead of us. Average penalties does literally nothing, I think. Okay, cool. Nice. So we just lose some prestige, which we can... The cost I am willing to pay. We are... I don't know why I gave Lord Farquaad a kind of Russian accent. Why can't I see this guy's maneuver? He's got 2 maneuver. They've got 3 maneuver. Okay, I don't want to fight with a -2 penalty, so we will just come back and we will actually go the military access route instead. Which is fine. Wasted a bunch of time trying to unload off those boats, but that's okay. This freaking fort is taking its time anyway. Getting there, though. Getting there. 4,000 men manning this fort, by the way. It's larger than their entire army. Pretty comical circumstance. How's it going over here, by the way? Morocco slowly gaining supremacy over Fez, it looks like. Any more wars against Portugal? No, but they're successfully coring all of Portugal. It's pretty nice. I think the first campaign I'm going to do in 3.0, by the way, the first proper campaign is going to be Castile. Because I feel like Castile is going to be a really good campaign for... You're always going to... Well, not always, but you're very likely to be extremely wealthy a lot of the time. Lets you play with colonization, lets you play in Europe, lets you have like a big, central... Excuse me, big heartland to kind of worry about. I'd rather you didn't, Naples. Actually, Naples, you're my rival, aren't you? Yeah, so Naples taking land here is fine, because me taking it back off them is going to be very good for my power projection. Yes, I know we're over this, but we're going to cancel it momentarily. Alright, hey, lessers, I'd like to revoke some favours. Because still 3.0 start is torture, because you have to manage a bunch of stuff and start on a civil war. Yeah, we might just end the civil war, so I could play with the game, like the kind of economy stuff. I will get rid of the autonomy. We'll see. We'll see. But yes, I agree. Starting out in a civil war is not optimal. I mean, we could try Portugal. Oh god, we're getting massacred. Ouch. We rolled really badly then. It's also not a great fight, but I assumed our tech would, and discipline and stuff would carry us. We will retreat from that because they killed too many of us. I will come back with my friends, my big friends, and my massive, awesome general, and I will smash them. Grudgingly accept. 25% chance we lose 1 stability. So we're not going to lose any stability on all this. All right. Well, I guess we're going to actually revoke a greater noble reform, which is pretty uncommon. I think the more influential the greater nobles are, the more unhappy the lesser nobles get when they get demoted to them. So we'd like to get rid of anything that gives them influence, which I guess would be the expansion of local autonomy. Plus, I mean, some provinces are always going to be greater nobles, so reducing their autonomy is still good. It's going to look nasty on our autonomy map, but I don't think I want to make this a state. Certainly not for a while. Come on, come on. Yeah, nice. One on the 35. That's wonderful. All right, let's head down here. You, by the way, almost certain I don't want to take this because this, yeah, 50 aggressive expansion would be a little outrageous. So how doable is this? It's very doable. Genoa is in the coalition, but it's very doable. Do we want to take Moria as well? It's only 7, and it is a city. We probably do. I don't want to have to fight them again. So we restarted the game to try and make it run faster, but we restarted it with the Bitcoin farming running. So that may have meant that restarting actually made it worse. So I might restart it again, but we'll see. And this is probably the last episode I'm going to record today anyway. The old voice means I can only do 3 or so episodes a day. So another Revoke. We're doing so well on privileges. It's absolutely amazing. Let's do that. We've only got about, I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've only got like 9 privileges issued, with counting like a level 2 as 2. Because the Great Nobles have a couple of level 2s. It's really good stuff. See, these guys are upset because they're more influential. At least it increases the odds of them being upset. Finally, we lost the stability. Cool. Good. Good. It's counterintuitive, which is why I think they should change it. But that is what we wanted. Because going to level 3 stability would be a pain. You didn't survive long because the country just falls apart. So it falls apart how? Like, what actually goes wrong? Do you mean like rebellion, or do you just mean like the economy collapses? Does reducing a state's influence make other estates more likely to seize control? No. So you reduce an estate's influence by increasing the state's relative influence. Well, except by... okay, yes, in various circumstances. So an estate's influence is calculated by the proportion of your land they own. Each province is assigned to one particular estate, and then the amount of that province they own is determined by that province's autonomy. So in Hudavendigar right now, the lesser nobles own 50% of Hudavendigar. And then you work out how much of the development of the whole country they own, and then you add that all together, and you work out what proportion of the country they own, and that's how much influence they have. So lowering the number of privileges you award to the greater nobles, and thereby lowering the amount of autonomy that they own, lowers their influence, but in no way does it make the other estates more powerful. However, let's say we developed a big city in Hudavendigar, which we're going to do, and Hudavendigar flipped to the burghers. Now suddenly the burghers own it, which will reduce the greater and lesser nobles' power, but it will increase the burghers' power. Yeah, your economy just keeps on collapsing. But in 1400 your economy is weaker than the start date. I'm not certain that's not to be expected. Like, it might be that the start date is just an unrealistic simulation and it needs to kind of settle down. Maybe that's just part of it. Part of it kind of settling back to a situation that the model actually supports existing. If you're not familiar, chat and YouTube, the 3.0 comes with a fully realized goods-based pop demand system. So pops need various different goods to survive. And, if they have enough of stuff to maintain themselves, they grow. And if they don't, then the pops shrink. And it might just be that you start out with more, like the world just starts out with more pops than the economies and resources can, and the infrastructure can't support it, potentially. But I'm just guessing, because I'm sure they wouldn't want that to be the circumstance. So I'm sure they would have attempted to make that not the case in the mod. They have a Python to run the simulation till it stabilizes. You're just bad at the game. That's funny. That's really funny. Oh dear. Oh, Transoxania has fallen apart. going to send one guy just to our allies constantly. We're way ahead on Miltech still. So I think I am going to speed things along with some naval barrages. If you guys get over here, we should have enough guns. Is that enough? No? Do they have to be in the same fleet for it to count them? No? You guys should be protecting trade, by the way. Cool. And the rest can blockade the other port. Ah, we're making headway anyway. It's okay. You do not need to hide in port. There's only... I suppose there are 5 ships already against us. Yeah, fair enough. Manpower low happened to us. Wow. See, there you go. Manpower up to 50k. Very nice indeed. Alright. You guys could start drilling again. We have the income for it now. Start trying to get that army professionalism going up. Almost finally at the end of this war. I'll take the cash. And then we can go towards Cyprus. Still has no allies. No, I don't want it. And then it's time to it's time for Genoa. Hopefully the war with Cyprus will be one that will gain manpower during. But it should be good. 5 transports. Will that be enough for Cyprus? I don't know. Bring them down here. Ready to invade Cyprus. New tech. Would love to be ahead of time on admin. Not there yet, but every bit of expansion capacity is going to be good stuff. Monastic schools. Long term, we do want to be fanatics, so yes. Another core. Where was that? Down here? Yeah. This will definitely want to be a state because, like I said, the relay port will probably be here, and I think there's already a little bit of a city building up down here. Yeah. Nice. And then we've got one more state left. 2 more states left, which will be here and... I mean, there is a city there, but a lot of it is not going to be our land for a while. Not sure. What about this as a state? Yeah, that's probably a good option. It's closer to the capital. It's eligible for culture conversion once this area flips. Yeah, we'll make that our last state for now. Remind me why you can't just go off to southern Italy, southern Greece, and wait. Southern Greece is A, allied to France. B, okay, we can get Hellas, actually. Hellas is fine, so we will get them. And then Achia is allied to Hungary. And that's everyone. Naxos is obviously allied to Genoa. So, yeah, there's only so many targets. Hellas is one that we should get, yes. They're not that developed, but it'll be useful. Also, after this war, I think we're going to be kind of AE capped with Europe for a little bit. So we'll probably give them a minute to chill out while we focus our attention east a bit. Probably get some wars against Trebizond, grab this coast from Georgia, maybe begin establishing a subject up here. If we can greater nobles flip to lesser nobles without you pressing the demote button, I don't know. I don't believe so, because I think the conditions for causing greater and lesser nobles are identical. The greater and lesser nobles dichotomy is removed in 3.0, I believe, which is good, because it's kind of silly. Like, the degree to which they have privileges is what it means to be a greater or lesser noble, so it's weird that you kind of flip them suddenly from tons of privileges to a group that has much fewer privileges. You guys should be aggressive once you are willing to do anything. Siege is almost done. Good, good. The other thing that 3.0 really needs to work on is player agency over taxes. Because they've brought in this whole new taxes system that complements their cool new economy system. And you just automate it. Which is really disappointing to me. Because a system that's just, that is such that you basically have to automate it might as well not exist. There's no real function in that system. There are some ways you can affect it, like you can make the relative costs of different types of taxes more or less expensive, which will then affect how the automation runs things. But I don't know, it's such a cool system. I wish you could have like an event which was like, okay, roughly how much do you want to tax this group and this group and this group, and then you can really curate the society that you're building. Should be cool. Affect the flow of wealth in a more meaningful way. Is this going to get unmanageably high? No, we should be okay. I don't think this coalition will form. Not with all three of our allies. Who are you all with? What are you doing? Mobilizing men on my border. You're about to go to war with the Jaliarids or something. Don't call me in. I have no interest in helping you grow. No interest in throwing manpower at it. I suppose we could try and get our vassal to help out. Might buy ourselves some favors that way. Okay, there we go. So, finally, time for this peace deal. Take some cash. 6 whole ducats. Look at that. Look at that border improvement. Oh, it's amazing. And it's going to give us a pretty big coalition, but nothing we can't handle. Boom. Look at that. And that counts as conquering all of Bulgaria, which gives us claims on Wallachia and Greece. I think we already had these ones in the south. I'm not sure if we had those, though. Amazing. All right, let's get some of our men transported over, ready for the war with... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. All right, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great pleasure. I'm going to talk to my mum. It's Mother's Day. Call your mother's stream. Bye-bye.